like them beautiful patriots around the world say, you just can't make this up. You just can't make it up. Oh, things are finna get heated. Oh, this is finna get real heated, y'all. I gave you a warning. I gave you a disclaimer.
I think was one of the more potent points, or I know will be one of the major plot lines in all of this.
Tampon Tim?
Tampon Tim. Yes, I would like to talk about it.
Good.
You know what? If you knew anything about the pink tax or how difficult it is for women when they have their period and they don't have access to tampons.
It's not about women. They can get as
it.
many tampons as they want.
That's not
Give them free tampons.
Jesse,
it's the boys.
I want to hear this.
The point of having
Completely lost. Far, far gone, like we say. And I tell you one thing, Jessica. Tell Tim, tell anybody you know, tell his uncle, his niece, his cousin-in-law, I don't want your tampon. My son don't want your tampon when I have kids, y'all. I don't have any kids, but when I have kids, my son don't want your tampon. It's a lot of beautiful patriots watching right now. They don't want no tampon for their son either. Common sense. You know? But hey, they call us weird. We're weird. Yeah. We're weird. Also a stolen valor. But yet we're weird. Yeah, okay. Let's see how this heated argument goes.
menstrual products available in a boys' bathroom is for 4th to 12th graders, I think, that if there is someone who identifies, if there is a biological female who identifies as a male and uses that, your laughing will be the undoing of your side.
You're encouraging empathy, which we all admire, go into an irrational world.
You don't admire it. I need to say something about the National Guard.
No one is using the boys' bathroom that's menstruating, Jessica.
I would like to pull back and talk about something that would help the Democrat Party if they only listened. I'm going to pretend that I'm not talking to Jessica, but I'm talking to the whole Democratic Party. So liberals, in their very best sense, are the party of empathy and compassion. Their problem is they extend that benefit to people who prey upon innocent citizens. That is their problem. They don't know the boundaries to their compassion or their empathy, and that's why they need conservatives to say, hey, knock it off, pull back. But why do liberals have to accept certain positions that are that bad? Like, why do they have to make excuses for rioters and looters? That is not necessarily a liberal position. They don't have to do it. So if you think of other liberal positions, arguing for surgical transitions for children, banning school choice, funding foreign wars, bailing out Phelan's. What if these aren't liberal positions? They're just awful ones. Then you could reject them. You don't have to sit here and defend tampons for boys. You could just say, you know what, there's nothing liberal about that, right? Only nut jobs want kids to have nut jobs. It's not about being liberal or conservative. But the problem is the Democrats have allowed radicals to define what is liberal. So tampons for boys, suddenly, Jessica, you have to defend it. You shouldn't have to. You know, liberals were always against conversion therapy. That was a psychological attempt at curing homosexuality. Now they're defending invasive surgical solutions to do the same thing. How did that become liberal and the other one not? So it's a plea that, like, you don't have to defend this crap. You don't have to defend tampons for boys. You should laugh at it and go, this is bullshit. I don't believe any of it. And then all of a sudden you find that the Democrats and the Republicans are in the same room again. We reject our crazies. It's time for you guys to reject them.
Okay.
Give me a crazy person. I'll reject him.
Donald.
And look, Donald Trump. You just can't make this up, y'all. Like I tell y'all, man. They say, oh, Jessica, you might as well just go on, walk off, stay gone. The View is calling, MSNBC is calling, CNN. Yeah, all the woke media, they're all calling Jessica. They're open with open arms. You don't got to submit a resume. You don't got to do a background check. Nothing. You're hired. You are hired, Jessica.
Trump.
See, that's your problem. He's not crazy. That's your problem.
That is exactly the problem.
There's nothing that he believes in that comes close to tampons for boys or for pushing trans surgeries on children because they're suffering from a psychological delusion. There's nothing like that in the conservative movement. But you Democrats have embraced these things because they're so scared of being called lack of compassion.
Simple. But again, you just can't make this up, man. What do y'all think? Comment down below. But we're going to deep dive into this full breakdown. Huge shout out to Liberal Hive Mind. So it's fun to get even spicier, y'all. Make sure y'all grab your popcorn. Keep it real with me now. Y'all know on this channel we don't sugarcoat it. It's a lot of people with common sense and part of this family on this channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 400,000 beautiful family members around the world, baby. And the majority of people over here have common sense. Simple as that. We keep it real, man. The truth. But they call us weird. They call us conservatives weird. People that pull more to the right, they call us weird. Weird. Crazy. They call us crazy. We're out of our mind. The same ones that stand on stuff like again, we are living in the most darkest, woke, disgraceful times ever, man. Prayers for America. Prayers for you guys and your family, for real. Prayers for these dark times that we're living in, man. I ain't lying to you. But let's go and jump in. Let me stop all this yapping. I done yapped enough. Yapping.
To defend Kamala Harris's track record. Need I say more? No, not really. Well, that, of course, was a daunting task to begin with. Some may even call it a Herculean task, an impossible task. Well, that impossible task just got even more impossible, if that's even possible, because now the mainstream media has to work overtime, not just defending Kamala Harris, but also now defending Tim Walz. Essentially, for the next 3 months, leftists in the media are now stuck defending the indefensible, and let's just say it's not exactly going so well for him. I'm just gonna say a couple words. Absolute, utter humiliation. Tim Walz is looking to be the nightmare that they pretended JD Vance was. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into. So let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so I guess this is a quintessential part of American politics now. Thanks to Donald Trump back in 2016, giving people nicknames is all the rage. And little running mate Timmy Boy here, well, he's got a nickname that, unfortunately for him, is sticking like freaking glue. Everybody's referring to Tim Walz as Tampon Tim. And this nickname in particular is bad, because whenever that name is mentioned and a leftoid is offended, they proceed to then lose the argument in their attempt to defend the indefensible. Let me show you what I mean by that.
I think was one of the more potent points, or I know will be one of the major plot lines in all of this.
Tampon Tim?
Tampon Tim. Yes, I would like to talk about it.
Good.
You know what? If you knew anything about the pink tax or how difficult it is for women when they have their period and they don't have access to tampons.
It's not about
pads.
women. They can get as many tampons as they want.
That's not
I give them free tampons. It's the boys.
I want to hear this.
The point of having menstrual products available in a boy's bathroom is for 4th to 12th graders, I think, that if there is someone who identifies, if there is a biological female who identifies as a male and uses that, your laughing will be the undoing of your side.
You're encouraging empathy, which we all admire, go into an irrational world.
You don't admire it. I need to say something about the National Guard.
No one is using the boys' bathroom that's menstruating, Jessica.
You can't defend Tampon Tim.
And I'm glad they got, you know how the personnel changes on the 5 all the time, and I'm glad that those 5 were on set when this happened. They again, I love when Jesse and Greg set the record straight. You know, just can't defend it. It's crazy. It's insane. Come on, man. Let's be real here. And then she goes out and continues to say, well, Donald Trump is crazy. Can't make this up, man.
You can't get your panties in a knot and clutch your pearls when Republicans say Tampon Tim or refer to him as such, because it then sparks the argument. And that right there is where leftoids lose big. Yep, Harris Walls 2024. Free tampons in male bathrooms. It's so 2024. Automatically, it's freaking game over. That's who Tim Walz is. He's now been branded as Tampon Tim, the extremely woke Democrat guy. And that right there is a bad place to be in. And Democrats who are trying to defend him, well, frankly, they're getting steamrolled everywhere I look. It's not just Tampon Tarlov on Fox News. It's everyone. It feels like collectively the Democrat machine is just taking an L on the Tim Walz issue. You know, initially Nancy Pelosi came out and said, well, no, he's not left-wing. It's ridiculous to categorize Tim Walz as left-wing. Well, obviously that didn't work. Immediately, the left themselves started to identify him as left-wing, and now he's being identified as male tampons left-wing. You know, that's pretty far left. Tim Walz has an issue here, or probably more accurately, Tim Walz is the frickin' issue. It's not just the drunk driving scandal, it's also this now developing stolen valor controversy. Now, initially, the White House didn't want to address the issue.
If I may, the campaign trail. Today, Senator J.D. Vance has accused Governor Walz of stolen valor. I mean, obviously, military service is something that's very deeply personal to the president, given the service of his son. I'm curious, I mean, how is he reacting to these statements?
So look, any specific attacks or comments, I would have to refer you to the campaign. I think when I was answering your colleague Joey's question.
KJP the banana. Oh, peel the banana back. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, y'all know I got the crack joke. I got the Up there looking like a banana. A banana split, a banana float. Whatever floats your boat, KJP, whatever floats your boat. Take the binder and throw the binder out the window. Oh, man. Banana cream pie. Oh, man. But
about Governor Walz, I laid out, and you all have seen his bio, right? This is someone who enlisted at 17 years old to serve his country. He was part of the Army National Guard for 24 years. This is someone who was a high school teacher, right? A high school coach as well, who grew up in a small town in the Midwest. And so I think his bio speaks for itself. Who he is speaks for himself. His record speaks for itself. And I'm just not going to say anything beyond that.
yeah, they always dodge the main point. Yeah. A lot of dodging on that side, man. A lot of dodging, runaway, hiding, staying in the corner. Yeah. Well, nobody's surprised.
And of course, the media went into full-on defense mode. Tim didn't actually lie. They kept hitting us with the most ridiculous alibis and fake news fact checks. But now, after all the effort, I guess all the effort was in vain, the Harris campaign now admits that Tim Walz misspoke about his past military career.
Misspoke.
Womp, womp, womp. Well, would you look at that? What was it, 4 days straight of them telling us, no, Republicans are liars, conspiracy theorists, this is fake news, 24 years of service. They kept going on and on trying to flip the script, and now I guess it turns out that we were right, as the Harris campaign now frickin' admits it. But no, of course, Tim Walz didn't lie. No, he just misspoke. Just like Joe Biden misspoke when he completely misrepresented his entire life, all of his experiences, his college transcript. Yeah, I guess these Democrats just misspeak when they overtly lie about their experiences and career achievements. What an absolute farce, but once again, we were right, and the left is in complete disarray. The stolen valor thing, let's just say, hasn't exactly aged well for them, and it's becoming a little bit of an embarrassing affair. Here's a leftist hack on CNN, interacting with Tim Walz's superior officer at the time of his retirement.
So there's that window of opportunity there. People say we never knew he was going forward. Yeah, he knew he was going forward. Had he gotten his orders yet? No, at that time he had not. As far as being a command sergeant major, he, as soon as he retired, or I'm going to go with the term retired, which he did, and he was eligible after 20 years to get a full retirement. He was taken out of the academy at that time. here's another thing about.
Well,
if
Sergeant
he
Major, I do want to hear
would've
that.
stayed-
I do want to hear what you have to say,
Whoa,
Sergeant
whoa,
Major.
whoa, whoa.
I know I want to be sensitive of your time, and your audio is beginning to break up just a little bit. But I do want to thank you because I think you've clarified a lot for people and given more information. The question now is how the voters will evaluate it. Sergeant Major Doug Julian, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
I should note our show has reached out to the Harris-Walz campaign for comment and have not heard back.
Well, you could tell that she wanted to get out of there and get out of there fast.
Yeah, what? Like they say, you just can't make this up. Cut the feed. Cut it. He was finna tell it all. Yeah, you just can't make this up, man.
The moment things got a little bit spicy. Well, it sounds like we're having some issue with your audio. I don't know what that is. What is she talking?
He was finna set it. I'm telling y'all, man. And y'all know I posted this clip on my social media. If you follow me on my other social medias, you know. Yeah. Y'all know I keep it real, man. Everybody is sick and tired of being sick and tired, man. Everybody sees what's going on, man. I'm telling you, the American people, they think we stupid. The American people not stupid, man. Them patriots is not stupid. But yeah, go on, cut the feed. We know what was finna be said. He was exposing it all. Cut the feed.
Talking about his audio was perfectly fine. I guess we're gonna have to just abruptly end the interview. See you later. Completely and utterly exposed. I don't know if this media machine's gonna be able to keep up, and really that presents another issue here. The issue of bias and just the general phoniness. You know, when you have to exert extra effort, when you have to try too hard, it usually becomes obvious to the other side that you're up to no good or up to something. So in other words, I think the media might overplay its hand. You know, the people might start waking up to really just how dishonest the mainstream media is. Let's just say with this whole Tim Walz situation, especially in contrast with how they treated JD Vance, well, it's just so obviously corrupt.
Midwestern dad, like super clean cut vibe.
Everybody likes
right?
Tim Walz.
So plain spoken and relatable.
As moderate and independent as it comes.
Pretty moderate Democrat.
I always knew him as a moderate. One of the most moderate.
Very moderate record.
A new moderate.
I think this is the new moderate.
Far from progressive.
It's right down the middle.
And JD Vance is weird, extreme, and angry.
Utter humorlessness, the humorlessness and pompousness.
It's hard to believe that JD Vance could be any more extreme.
It's like a freak show of bros.
They have JD Vance, dark and ugly beneath the dignity of most politicians.
JV Vance.
JD is at the far extreme.
The most extreme.
Being one of the most extreme. We need to recognize the danger.
It's another version of rules for thee, but not for me. It's horrible, slanderous, divisive, hit piece rhetoric for our enemies, and nothing but fluff piece journalism for our friends. You know, they're starting to paint a perception here. And like I always say, I think the more people that are exposed to this, the more people see it. You simply can't unsee it. Those people will be changed forever when you take the red pill. There's no going back. You know, maybe I'm an optimist, maybe I'm too much of a hopeful optimist, but I just gotta sit here and hope that people are gonna realize that a con is currently being played, and hopefully this shady AstroTurf campaign backfires and backfires bigly. I guess we'll have to see. Anyways, that's pretty much what.
Oh boy. Like them beautiful patriots say, you just can't make this